now I'm standing in my exhibition, my art show, my gallery. And in this video, I'm going to share 5 things that I learned from doing this and that you should know before you do your own. I'm Caleb, I make stuff. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1 is get your pieces done early. And I know this is easier said than done. Like for this gallery, for example, I found out that I was going to be doing it back in the summer. And even then, I still had to crank out like 1 to 5 a week. And you know, if you're like most artists, then you probably have a day job or 2 or 3. It's very easy to let the time slip away when you don't have the actual show coming up for months. But you know, for example, for this, I was working down to the wire. When I actually finished like the final piece, I only had like a few days before the actual show. And I think it would have been much less stressful for me if I had had the pieces done way before that and was able to focus some of my time on some other stuff. Number 2 is your marketing. You should do as much as you can with what you have. You're gonna want people to know about your show weeks in advance. You know, they say that for someone to like have an advertisement resonate with them, they have to see it 3 times. So I feel like the principle is probably the same for an art show or anything like that. So you wanna start your promotion like as like at the latest like a month before. People should know about it. And there are many ways that you can do that we'll get into it. But one of the things that I always do is, and I didn't do it for the show, but I try to always do it, is to do printed invitations to special people. And for me, that's like friends, family, but it's also local curators, people of prominence in the art scene. You know, hey, anybody that you consider special, that you really want to see your work, you should send them a personal invite. That goes a lot farther than an email that's going to get lost in their inbox. So that's 1. Level 2 is just obviously texting your friends, family, close people. I try to go off of like just straight numbers and think, oh, okay, today I'm going to invite 50 people individually, and whatever form that takes place. So say after you've texted your close friends and family, that's when I would move on to like the email phase. And the email phase is another place that you can capture some of those people. So you do have a curator that you want to come to your show, but you don't have like a good mailing address for an invitation. And email is a good way to try to get them there. Email is probably the least reliable because, you know, it could literally just automatically go into spam. So, but it's really easy for email to send out like a massive blast. And so that's what I did a couple of days ago. I'm gonna do some more tonight, and literally the show is tomorrow. So work up to the last second promoting yourself and marketing your show. So that actually leads me to my next point. Number 3 is document everything. So the reason why you wanna document everything is because it makes what you already have as an asset when you finish a piece, but it makes the asset stretch into multiple things. So when I painted one of these mirrors, I didn't just paint a mirror by recording it and making a video out of it. I just got promotion for the show out of that. I just potentially got like followers, likes, and new eyes on my work from doing that. And I was able to take one thing and let it work for me in 4 different ways. And you should do the same thing. And one way you'll notice this is recently in the music industry, someone will release a song and then they'll also release like a sped up version or like a slowed down version or an instrumental and then a remix. And it's like the same single, but it's like 4 different ways, and they're gonna get revenue from all of that. You should try and think about your art the same way. It's also really nice to just have that kind of documentation so you can like look back on your own process and have something to refer to when you're applying for your next thing. Hey, I've got like a video of me putting together all of this work in like this time period, and it's like a very cool visual way of experiencing that. Number 4 is sell the story and the art. So this is really important because you're automatically gonna have people that come to your show or your exhibition because they know you, like your friends and your family. They're just gonna wanna see it because it's you. But for everyone else, it should be a major goal of yours to allow them to connect to the work and to the show on a deeper level. If we were to talk about my exhibition, which is called INFLECTION, my exhibition is about the relationship that we have between ourselves and mirrors. It's about self-perception. Mirrors are kind of tricky. This is the first time in human history that we've had this much access and this much interaction with our own reflection. And it's a lot, you know, it's a lot for me. I know sometimes when I look in the mirror, like the first thing I'm doing is like, ooh, acne popping, hair dry, going crazy on myself. And I know that's common for a lot of people. So what I want to do here is interrupt that automatic thought. I'm physically placing something, the painting, in between it, but also allowing yourself to kind of like take a breather from instant self-criticism. Kind of another part of that is like, you're standing in front of one of my mirrors and you're like, wow, this is beautiful. Well, guess what? You're in that. You're beautiful too. So that's, you know, the story behind these. If I don't tell people that, then they may still enjoy the art and then be like, oh, that's nice. That's really cool if they do. But in order for people to connect on a deeper level, you need to make sure that you're communicating that story and communicating the why. Why is this happening? What do these pieces mean? Number 5, lastly, and most importantly, take a moment for gratitude. Make sure you're thanking everyone who has helped you along the way and along the process. Although I painted all of these myself, there are so many people represented within this happening. You know, that's everyone from like the gallery manager to like the friend who gave you a mirror to paint on to, you know, my mom sent me Posca markers from Australia. It's stuff like that. My dad came and helped put this together. It's just important, like, as a person to express that kind of gratitude. I don't want you to be like over humble and like take credit away from yourself. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's important to take a step back once you've gotten there, once you've gotten to that moment, and make sure you are sharing that goodwill and that good feeling with everybody that also had a part of it. So make sure you get your thank yous out, especially to the people that buy your work, because they might buy it again if they have a good experience. One thing that I do is I always send thank yous. Thank you letters, handwritten thank you letters to people that buy my work. That has always been, it's like a thing my dad taught me. Like, we always sent letters, we always sent cards out. I think it's really nice. It's kind of like antiquated a little bit, but I'm telling you, it means more than a text, so you should do it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. This is my first video like this, so I need y'all to bear with me. I know there's probably ambient noise, audio might not be good. I wanted to give it a shot, and I have plans for a lot more content to come out like this. If you like this and you want to know more, and you want to follow along with this journey, then please consider subscribing, liking, sharing the video. That's great. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, because I read every single comment I get and I reply to most of them. If you have a question, leave a comment and I will try to respond to it. That's all I got for you. Cheers.